MUFC Realist TV, welcome to the stream. Sorry we are late. It is Sunday roast, and it's time to review the week of Manchester United and have a toast. Whatever you're drinking, raise your glass. I'm having a coffee. Jarvis, what you drinking?
Today I'm drinking coffee. Hot.
Hot. It's getting hot in here. And Neil Ashton, stop spinning those PR plates. You know what I mean.
Oh yeah.
Brilliant. Guys, brilliant. Welcome to the show. It's Sunday Royce, as we explained. And there's a lot of things, Jarvis, has been going on the ether, off the press, on the press. It's silly season.
Indeed.
Guys, we'll be back in 10 seconds. But please, before we continue, don't forget, what do we do, Jarvis?
What do we do?
Why don't you just smash the likes button, burn a little bit calories?
Everybody.
Yeah. Down there. There's a lot of options. You have ding bell and notification buttons, and you have something called subscribe. And VR room, please. See you in a second. Oh, what happened here?
Has the Premier League ever been more challenging?
Right, well, feel welcome. Dit is my home and I want to achieve success. Okay?
Thank you, David De Gea. You did serve us well. We did achieve a little bit of success with you, but it's arguably to say without David De Gea over the past 10 years, we have been probably swimming in this shit down there in the relegation bottom. Wouldn't you say, Jarvis?
Yeah, he's been carrying this team for a lot of seasons, especially under Van Gaal and Mourinho era. He was superb. He was a Superman in goal. So, yeah, I got a lot of respect for De Gea.
Yeah. And congratulations for his wedding. I got the wedding pictures. It was floating around the socials yesterday, and God, he looks happy. She looks absolutely stunning. Really. Now I'm really happy, and things came around that, he's also looking to rejoin Cristiano Ronaldo as well. There was some latest reports today, but we've spoken about David De Gea and, how important it is to be with your family at the end of the day. We know that he just got married. He wants to be close to his wife. They've been living kind of, how do you say, on the Skype conversations, right? He got a newborn daughter. No matter what they try to play, I think that his heart was not into sort of stay in UK after being a loyal servant. This is a chance for him to run down his contract at the end of the day, be closer to his daughter, his family. So it's very, very muy importante, por favor. So that's my take on it, Jarvis. There's nothing more to say that say we salute you, David. Thank you so much for so many saves and so many memorable moments. And I've seen on socials that people coming out to try to discredit De Gea, putting compilations of all the mistakes. And what a morons you are, guys. Seriously, look yourself in the mirror. You're slagging off a club legend that saved us, I have nothing to say for those moron fans on the Bird app. Why would you do such a thing? If a legend of the club is leaving and you have to kind of discredit, cancel everything that he's done. I mean, we get the fax machine 2015, right? That was one thing, but come on, I don't know, Jarvis. What's your thoughts and feelings regarding those ridiculous compilations?
Yeah, discrediting, as you say, a club legend. He's been with us since the time of Ferguson, and he's been saving us so many times. So it's for me, it's very, I would say, stupid to discredit him. Of course, he haven't had the best seasons the last couple of years. He's been on a declining curve.
But even when we were shit,
let me finish my thought.
Yeah,
one second. And he's been on a declining thought, and he's not been the best goalkeeper in the Premier League. But we got to remember his history, his time here, and everything. So for me, I don't like it when people discredit him, but I just want to say one thing about this case, because for me, I'm been against David De Gea the last couple of years because his form has declined. But every time I have said something, it's been the other way around. I have been discredited, and people who have criticized De Gea has been discredited. So that's one of the problems as I see it. We don't communicate well as a fan base because we gotta allow people to have their opinions. When it comes to, if people not allowed to have their opinions, this happen. Finally, De Gea is going and everybody is coming out and discrediting people who have thought differently. So we gotta like keep more of an open opinion in our fan base. Is my thought about this.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I have nothing more to say that with my deepest respect to De Gea. Like, I've been defending him, but at the end of the day, you gotta celebrate the one of the legends, because what I was about to say, you have a point, this fan base, it is, especially on the Twitter, on the Bird app, keeps flip-flopping all around. It's so fickle in a way. I mean, we got to call a spade, but there's been moments where when the team was shit and he was the best player on the pitch, saving our asses, right, when we are down tooling. But of course, this season his head was not really in it. Maybe he was thinking of getting to his marriage, going home to be finally a father, a husband, and that's all I'm thinking about. So at the end of the day, thank you, David. That's all I have to say. Thank you. It's been amazing, and we thank you for everything that you've done for us. But we have to move on as well. And by the way, Jarvis, we have to move on by, guys, the VR room.
Yes,
we forgot about you guys. Sorry, there's 106 comments. Jarvis, help me. God, it's Sunday roast, and what would I be without Jeff Steele is coming in directly, flying in, with an uppercut with a super chat saying, Mbappe, enjoy break, United career when you return. Ooh, I'm having an M frappe, Jeffy.
Jeff Steele, mate. Isn't he Australian?
Yeah, he's from Australia, mate.
Down under.
Down under. That's so big up for you, Jeffy. Thank you for your super chat. But I just literally have to come in here. So Angie in the house. Just can't believe I missed the last podcast. Ooh, she wrote this message 12 hours ago. Yeah. So people are regretting for missing a podcast, Jarvis. This is something good. Charlie Marvin in the house. Simon Heron is in the house. Darren Scott is in the house. Who else is in the house? In the VR room, Gray 100. He's here. Hello, Gray. Gray. 100 is it 100 shades of gray, not 50 shades of gray? Jamie Vane, one of our moderators in the house. I mentioned Simon Heron. Jarle Marling with this pepperoni pizza Sunday. Lucky Singh. Of course. What will we be without our Lucky Singh? You know what I mean? It's Lucky Sunday. Lucky brings us luck all the time. You know what? Who else? I'm not missing anyone here. I am afraid that I don't want to miss anyone. Yemeni MUFC. Yemeni MUFC, first time I see you. Yes, transfer news, not that takeover, this depression. 100%. We're not going to here to talk about the transfer. Everyone is going mental, right? It's getting so boring. And when you read the different contradictory stories, what are you trying to do, British press? You're trying to commit suicide for us to commit suicide. You know what I mean? It's depressing. Jarvis, what else do we have here in the house? Carlos is in the house.
Carlos.
Happy rest day. God created Earth. What was that? What was it? God created planet Earth on 6 days. On the 7th, he rested. Good one.
According to Genesis.
According to the Genesis. The band, or this is the world we live in. Whoa. We get done by copyright issues. Thank you for your loyal service. Thank you. Where is our J Tanky? Where is the J Tanky? Tanky is not in the house. God, this is
Fatty Donut. We have a super chat.
Oh, where's Fatty Donut? Oh, Skinny Fatty. Hey, what would it be if Sunday Road without the dessert? And thank you, Skinny Fatty Donut. I don't like to call you Fatty, but you don't mind. Fatty Donut,
It's his
these
name.
shows are great with Jarvis and Mick together. It's like, we are like Top Gun. You know what I mean? I'm Maverick, you are
Goose.
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 Not that quack quack feathery goose.
No,
but,
no, no, no. Top
and
Gun.
some top gun. Top gun.
Top Gun.
Yeah, in Scandinavia, gun is a name as well. Gun.
Yeah.
Gunbrit. Hello, my name is Gunbrit. Top Gunbrit. Yeah. Wicked. Or some call us Beavis and Butthead. I don't know. Thank you for your super chat, mate.
Thank you.
Listen, before I go delusionally, because there's a lot of Houdini tricks. Charlie's in the house. Tanky's in the house as well. United worth 3 billion. Yep. Yeah, there's too much money. Tank the Sherman. I wonder if Mount will take crosses and take % of direct free kicks now. He's a very good crosser of the ball, right?
That's a good question.
I had to point though. I have to raise my hand. Yesterday, I watched compilations of Mason Mount just to remind me like why he's so good. And you're right, Tanky. He is a very, very good set pieces taker as well.
Yeah.
Direct free kicks.
That's one of his strongest attributes. And if he's replacing Eriksen, because Eriksen is on the free kick and set pieces at the moment, it will fit perfectly. So I'm looking forward to see Mount, and especially he has a deadly free kick. So
but
on the free kicks.
In a way, I see Mason Mount playing on the left, right, number 8 left, to rotate with Eriksen. You throw in an Eriksen when you have approximately 25 minutes left to play, To
calm it all down, take the ball with his feet and dictate the tempo and bring us through victory. That's Eriksen's role next season for me.
Mr. Driscoll, nice to see you, sir. Hope happy Sunday. But when I thought about Mason Mount, I said, Liverpool, you call us 7-Up. We are Mountain Dew. We have a Mountain Dew now. Yeah? There's a whole lot of loving going on. Seriously. Shall we kick off this show? RG. Without RG, we cannot. Big up RG as well. Am I missing out on anyone here? Angie, good afternoon, Angie. You're back in the house, Angie. One of our moderators. What will we be without our Angie? Seriously. Jeff Steele, g'day. Yeah. Boomerang Australia. We're throwing it back to you. My happiness slowly creeping in when you're no,
when I think of music from Australia, I think about In Excess.
Oh no,
that was my band in the 80s.
Yeah, Suicide Blonde. Yeah, I know. In Excess, but I'm also thinking when I used to live down there, I sang a song from a legendary band that was kind of similar to Radiohead and all that. What the hell were they called? I kept forgetting, but brilliant band. I will sort of drop the mic later on. A new guy in the house.
Silverchair. Silverchair. That's them.
Silverchairs. Yeah. I actually listen. I have a funny story to tell you about Silverchair. I was at Roskilde, right? Roskilde Rock Festival, right?
I've been
and
a couple of
Silverchair was just a bunch of kids that just broke out with the Pure Massacre song, right? Pure Massacre. So I went to the sound check. I was the only one because there was kind of unknown entity, and the guys were sound checking, and I was standing there. Hey, g'day, guys! And they invited me backstage. There's like a bunch of pimply teenagers, like so good. Nice. I will never forget. Nabil Patel is in the house as well. Yeah. Listen, Vera. Ajeki. Hi, Jarvis. Love the way you carry yourself. You are an inspiration. You're the meaning in my life. You're the inspiration.
It's too much.
It's Sunday Royce, man. Come on. Sajid from Sydney's here as well. Freaking hell. We have a lot of people in the house. Anthony's also. Anthony, hello, people. Has Rabiot deal been finalized by Juve or not? Rabiot, come on. Get out of here, Rabiot. That ship had sailed. I think so. He got offered basically. I think he was just utilizing Manchester United again. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me once, shame on me. Now, how does it go? Anyway, he was just utilizing to get a sign-off bonus. and in another extreme, it's all about money, right?
It's about the wining and dining, you know. Richard Arnold, he can't wine and dine. Dominique, he don't know how to do it.
Nicky, where have you been, my friend? I haven't seen you for a long time. Metallica, Nicky. G'day, Nicky. Jesus, we're spending like in a half the show to, people like. We're spending half of the show of just giving shout outs to people. But anyway, Bogdan Popescu is in the house. Bogdan Popescu, I guess you're from Romania, my friend. Cefac bine, I would say. Did I say Cefac? Yes. Mi adoro de tine. Mickey's crazy language skills. John Johnson is in house. The only one John Johnson. Come on, guys.
Mick, do you speak Romanian? Really? That's almost like Italian. They have like the same.
Yeah, it's absolutely a Latin language. If you didn't know, listen. The secrecy is that I'm well versed in languages, but I'm very interested. Very interested. I don't want to miss out anything. But we need to kick off the show anyway. Guys, if you want to super chat, Compost Smurf is in how DZY, forget about the number. Mummy's boys, yes, mummy boy, yeah, you're talking about Rabiot,
Rabiot.
Anyway, I'm just gonna shout out also United are making this sad. Yeah, Quasi Q is in the house. Nikki, Mom, Ronald, big up Man United fan. David De Gea, I wish you well. Wherever you will always remain in a legend. With that said,
true.
Yeah. Nikki saying he's been in the spaces. I've heard you a few times. I haven't been on the spaces for a long time, to be honest, mate. So listen, let's kick it off. Jarvis, you're in the control of the VR room. Moderators, be nice to each other. It is Sunday roast. Jamie Vane says, "Are you mama's boy, Jamie Vane?" Your Canada is in the house. Queshy is in from Canada. Oh, Canada. Listen, right, let's go. So we covered David De Gea, and we said, what a legend of the house. We have to salute David De Gea. No matter what you guys think, David De Gea has been a loyal servant for us. And moving on next, well, it's been a little bit of a shithouse yesterday regarding Andrew Onana, and people were saying, "Oh, we are broke" and everything. There was a lot of reports coming out yesterday. And that's the typical media spin, right? It happens, according to my opinion, every year. Just do a Groundhog Day, you know the movie Groundhog Day, right?
Over and over again.
Over and over again. Every season, opening of the season, they're all coming out. We are broke. We don't have money. We only have 100 million to spend. And then I say, I had to do a clip, go back in time, and just do a clip. Says the same thing. Manchester United only have 100 million spent. And how much did we end up spending last season? 250. And the thing is that negativity sells. I'm not under shape or form. I'm here to slag any content creators or channels or,
No.
But it creates definitely clicks and headlines that we are out of money. But our channel, just to say that we are not here for negativity. We are here to create a positive environment, calling a spade, what is real. So I got a question on Twitter. Why are you slagging other channels off like this? With this? Yeah, because why are you, like any other publication, you need to be accountable for, because at the end of the day, you're playing on the mental health of the global fan base, right? So that's wanted to explain myself. So we are not broke. We covered this so many times, Jarvis, that there is money to spend as of the 30th. And with the transaction, that's bound to be happen. We're not about to talk about, the SHEIKH JASSIM. We're good to go. But the window just opened yesterday, mate.
But we have the credit card, We have 200 million overdraft. We can just use the credit card and live like kings for a short
Where is Zain
amount of
Miyasi?
time.
We want a Zain Miyasi in the chat, right? The guy with the credit card always pays super chats, like he stole Mama's credit card.
Where is Zain?
Where's Zain? He's like an Arsenal Goonie supporter, but in every Manchester United community, he's always donating, and just to have his say regarding Arsenal. And we're a little bit about that. But anyway, I want to cover that very, very quickly. That that is, yes, Chewie, like the Star Wars Chewie. I don't know. I'm dyslexic, so I find it very hard to. But anyway, I want to cover this, Jarvis, and I will do like that. because we got to talk about the confirmed news in a way. Sadly, we have sold our kid, Ethan Laird. We sold him to Birmingham for 900 million pounds. 900 million, less than 1 billion pounds, right? Ethan Laird was somebody that I saw as a successor, like, as a great upcoming right back, bombing forward. But at the end of the day, it's a fight. So, what's your thoughts on Finley?
Yeah, I think it's the right move to just move him on, because it's hard competition for the right back. We have Wan-Bissaka, we have Delors. They're both young. I can't see Ethan Laird coming into this team. So, not to stop his career for further development, it's the time to let him go. And hopefully we have a buyback clause, so if he's a hit, we can get him back. But at the moment, it's the right move.
Yeah, so it's not a buy clause; it's a buyback clause. Hopefully, right? It's not buyback.
Buyback.
Guys, let me know your thoughts and feelings in the VR room. Like, do you think that was a smart move for letting Ethan Laird go? In a way, I think that my personal feeling, in a way, it is that this is Erik Ten Hag's season. This is what you're going to see Erik Ten Hag, right? When he came in the first season, he didn't have much time. So he looked at the current squad. He said, okay, I cannot get rid of everything. I play with what I got, and I will strengthen certain positions. Now, under one season, under Ten Hag, he surely has time to think right now to say, you're not good for the shirt, you're not good for the shirt, you're not good for the shirt. I will bring in what suits me. That's the way I think, and that's the way I see, right? And another thing is that, I'm happy. Tom Heaton also renewed his contract. So Tom Heaton, according to me, is a good number 2. Jarvis.
Yeah, and he's got the experience. He's been a lot of time in the Premier League, and he came to United as a young lad, and he came back. So yeah, I think he's and he looks like a composed person. I think he's good for the locker room and for the squad. And
yeah, but maturity as well, a leader, maturity. Like you need
players like him.
Yeah, true. Ethan Laird has potential, says Sajeev Verma, 100%. But smart move to the other club, 100%.
Yeah.
I got Jim Watkins in the house. I've never seen Jim Watkins before, but big up for welcome to Finding Us channel. We'd be lucky if we signed 2 or 3 players. I'm telling you guys, hard times ahead, Glazers may not sell. Nah, I mean, if you want to have a debate regarding that Jim Watkins, like this is at the end of the day, we're not here to, it is your opinion. Everyone, we're here to be real, but we've done numerous podcasts and financials don't lie, even if you're Bloomberg. Don't let fear and emotions clog your judgment, mate. So we would just have to be realistic and wait and see, right? With the transfer market, wait and see, because the window is long. It's at least 4 or 5 weeks long, right? But it's positive that we are moving towards one direction, because we signed Mason Mount. When was the first time we signed a player? Like in June?
Yeah, we haven't done so since Wan-Bissaka, I think. That's 3 years ago. So, yeah.
Yeah. Got a comment regarding Compost Smurf. Smurfy, where you been, mate? Tom Heaton kicks like De Gea. What's the point? It's just good to have a backup. That's it, You got to have a number 2 that's a little bit mature, right? Johnster says, if manager signs off on anyone leaving, then it's good for me. 100%. What Gaffer wants, we support. 100%. Miloš Mitic in the house. Dobar dan, pozdrav Miki I Jarvis. Jarvis. Do you see how he spells your name?
Yeah,
Jarvis.
Cool. Jarvis.
This is cool with the Serbians. They write how they speak. So they will never be like, Anyway, I'm just reading and translating. Darren Scott is in the house. Funny that DJ, I heard Jamie write City's looking to replacing Gundogan. Yeah, we will dive into that story as well. BJ Krishna is in the house. So stressful being a Manchester United fan. Isn't it, guys? It is, isn't it, right? In the current time, BJ. But that's what we're here for. It's a therapy session. It's Sunday roast.
Yeah, but I'm just gonna calm you a little bit down. It's stressful, yes, but we've been through this. We've been through this every summer.
We've been through
It's like
this.
silly season. There's hundreds of players linked to our club, and we never get to sell them, and we never get to buy them, and so on and so on. But relax. Everything when the first game is kicking off.
It's
We
like
will
this,
have a
Jarvis. We've been on this road before. And there we go.
Yeah.
Don't get cuckoo, like don't get Chanel cuckoo. Not that we are sponsored by Chanel cuckoo, but in a way, you know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
You get my point. So just be cool, composed, and calm. Now, moving on, guys. Moving on.
Tchouameni?
No. Jadon Sancho. Who is Jason?
Oh yeah,
Sancho. Yeah. Some people call him Jason.
Jason Bourne. No, Jason Bourne.
Yeah, Jason Bourne. Yeah, wicked.
Yeah, what's going on with the Sancho? Sancho?
Well, let's call a spade, right? We've seen the fire sale, and we've seen that he's on it as an asset to sell, right? But apparently, Borussia Dortmund came in and wanted to have a loan. They wanted sort of like loan us back Jadon Sancho, right? But Manchester United apparently rejected it, right? According to today's article in One Football by Strategy News as well. I read through it. But Ten Hag is more open for a permanent sale. Yeah. That tells you, right? Because there's no smoke without fire. Like, and we've seen numerous reports regarding this, right? Yeah. I feel a little bit sad for Sancho at the end of the day. But does he fit Ten Hag's style of play? We had numerous podcasts. We did a what should we do with the Bronco and Sancho? But at the end of the day, how long is a piece of string? Right. At the end of the day, that piece of string needs to end. 45 million is quoted that we are willing to cut him off for. Thoughts, my friend?
Yeah, 45 millions. We need the money. And he's on high wages. We need to cut the wages budget. When it comes to sales and buys, we give like 5-year contract for 100 million. We pay 20 million every year. So, but to get the wages down, because they are constantly going every year. So it's a good thing to get Sancho off our books. It will free up a lot of money. And, he hasn't been a hit. We have given him time. It's 2 years now, I think. And it's not been the greatest signing. I don't know what's going on with him.
It's like
and
top of the pops.
Right? No. But there's a player in Sancho.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. But at our current moment, we are building a squad. I don't think we have time to help Sancho and have the time to give him the time to get back. So for me, I think it's the right moment to move him on. If we can get 45 millions and get rid of the wages, I think that's a good deal for us.
Yeah. 100 Shades of Grey saying Sancho's wages too high to sit on the bench. Yeah, it is in a way. But, realistically speaking, like, you give him a lot of lifelines as a manager, as a club, as a fans. Like, we give him patience, we give him love, tender care. And that's why I'm saying that how long is a piece of string, right? To sit on the bench on that wages, it's like, I'd rather offload you than actually keep you on the bench. And why would I loan you out to a club that bought you, right? So because you're if you look at Borussia Dortmund, they are masters of farming those players and selling them for expenses. So why can't we? That's the thing. Hang on a second. How much did we end up buying Sancho for? 75, was it? £1 million?
I think about 72.
72. And why should we then offload him for 45? Here he goes.
Yeah, but Jale Malmin has a good shout here. He said Garnacho and Rashford will keep Sancho on the bench. Leicester is starting to move past Sancho as well.
Yeah,
so we had a lot of good options.
Regarding Pelly, right? I read just now an article that Manchester United are in new contract negotiations with Pelistri to stay and increases his value, and that tells me there's an indication that there is a future for Pelly, right? Ten Hag I mean, if you answer the question, why didn't we see much about Pellistri last season? Well, if you've seen what Ten Hag is doing, he's slowly embedding players into the system, right? Like Garnacho didn't happen over one night. Garnacho was held back for 6 months until he got slowly introduced. We saw a little bit of that movement with Pellistri as well. So Pellistri, to me, like, he's going to be dangerous on the right wing, and watch out, Anthony Dos Santos. But then we also have situation with what's his name? Oh God,
Amad
Diallo. Sorry, yeah, Amad Diallo. Is it a question that? I mean, transfer market is so fluid. Like, so there's many. It's like a jigsaw puzzle. If we are going for a Rasumus Hojlund, right? We can be like, okay, we will buy you, 45 million for Rasumus Hojlund, right? Instead of the price that you're asking, and we will loan you out or sell you back, Ahmad.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, but I would love to see Ahmad at our club. What he did at
100%.
Sunderland was superb. He had such a great season, and he has the talent. He's one of those super talents, but you just got to release him and let him have his go. His string of games. I think he will be a future Man United player.
100%.
At the first team.
Yeah, 100%. So at the end of the day, like, we always say, like, we at this channel, I'm all for this team, right? I don't look at Player FC, right? But I'm starting to formalize a little bit of a bromance for Garnacho. Nacho, cheese on my nacho, Garnacho. You know what I mean? Because what the boy did last season was just remarkable, like, and the way he had no fear, the way he was taking on players, attacking, and was constantly a threat. Whenever he got the chance, 15 minutes off the bench, he just created something. And there was something that Sancho didn't do, right? Sancho was like that turtle, like, sometimes you stick out your neck, but most of the time you stick it in just to cover, right? Cover. And then we had, Weghorst, the crouching tiger as well. Didn't head the ball at all, right? So it's interesting because we're going to cover a lot. Like, let's move on, people. VR room, thank you so much for your support. There's so many in you. Like, there's 300 in the chat room. Unbelievable. Smash the like, people.
Smash it.
Smash it. If you're suffering from a Sunday hangover, right? If you had a big night, trust me, there's nothing better to reach for that button because you're going to burn extra calories and take a sip on a strong coffee.
Yes.
Wicked. All right. Little bit of fun. Let's move on. Okay. The question what everyone is wondering. Onana, what a save. Onana. Yeah, that's my name. That's my name. Looks more and more closer and closer, but of course the press has to spin that we're looking for other alternatives. Yeah, Ramos. You know what I mean. 75 million for Ramos, and then they are negotiating a 45 million pound. Or is it? It's a 45 million euros, so 50 million euros for Onana. Apparently today, personal terms is not a problem. He's agreed on the personal terms in terms of his salary, wages, and all that stuff. It's just, but the structure of the payment, as per my understanding, Inter Milan are desperately needing cash up front as well because of the financials they are in. So that's why my understanding is they are discussing the financial structure, right? Obviously, you want to sort of stretch those payments. If you sign a four-year contract, 4 + 1, 5-year deal, you can then take that 50,000 and put it in different down payment structures that sort of surely it's a better off. But I can understand when you are a club that needs money, like, the Italian league. So, yeah, but it's hard. It's hard. Apparently, they were in Ibiza as well, having fun.
Yeah, the agents were meeting up with Onana on his holiday in Ibiza. But it was apparently happening on Friday. Now it's Sunday, so maybe something will come out tomorrow.
Maybe the party too hard. I had a little bit of a hangover. Like, come on, man. What are you doing in Ibiza for a football?
Dancing all night.
Like,
yes,
it is. I mean, a need for speed. This is a deal for speed. No, seriously, guys. But it's exciting because it is clear and obviously now that the departure of De Gea didn't remove his conscience. It's clear and obvious that we need a number one goalkeeper. And the one that is pointing to, it's Onana. I don't know. I'm happy with Onana. I'm happy with Ramos, but that's about it. Onana fits the system.
As you mentioned, Mick, the only problem is the cash up front, because I don't think our liquidity is too big. You know, we have the credit card and everything, but not our bank. In our bankroll, it's not much. So if we're gonna pay 45 up front and 10 the next year, that will be a big hindering in the deal for me. I read yesterday in the Athletic that we were going for the Feyenoord goalkeeper. He's a young one. I think is good. I have never seen him, but I just read the article. So we are looking elsewhere at the moment. Let's see what's going on in this deal, because I think the 45 million up front is going to be problems for us at the moment.
Maybe that is a way for them to play hardball, to say, look, you know, we cannot. That's transfer trick, you know, the tricks of the trade.
Yes,
we will not pay 45 million up front. If you're not accepting our deal, we will look somewhere else. We will look at Ramos, and they need to offload. So that's for them, it is cash up front. For them, 45 million, 50 or even 35 million, it is profit, because they got him for free. He walked away. He walked in for free as a free agent from Ajax, right? Smash that like, people. We are apparently 85 likes already, so we will not move on until we get 100. We freeze 84. Freeze.
Come on, people.
Freeze. We play the Squid Games. Freeze. Smash that like. You know what to do. I'm not going to remind you. But apparently, like, you know, this is hot on the press. But in terms of a hotter meter, we got to do the hotter meter. Jarvis, what do you reckon?
I think the deal is very hot. In percentages, I give it 80%.
Jarvis just robbed the bank. He's the getaway driver. 80%. Mr. Conservative, Jarvis gave him 80%. That's big.
That's big.
Should we get in on board like a passengers? I'm jumping in as a passenger. Let you be the driver. So I'm joining you. I'm joining the joyride on 80%.
Yes.
But that's
what the signing Onana will be. You know, his ball playing abilities. He's big. He has a character. Yeah. He can shout at the center backs and the full backs, and you know, I would love to see that.
But just imagine, he's a character. He doesn't take shit. Like, you know, he told basically his international gaffer to do one, right? I'm not going to play for you. You know what I mean? But still, having him to play, like, you know, as an extra player on the feet. We all seen what he can do. That means that there will be a totally different style of play. All of a sudden, you can push up the high line. You know, the center backs go up, further up high. The how do you call it? Some people call it, like, you know, attacking left back wingers or whatever. What do you call them, right? I call them left backs. Fullbacks will start pushing forward more, right? Yeah. So you're creating that, you know, pressure cooker, right? And then on top of that, you have a Mason Mount as well. Yeah. You have the Casemiro to protect and shield, right? But what if Onana slip?
On a banana peel.
On a banana peel, yes.
Onana,
what a slip. It's bound to happen sooner or later. But I'm happy. Guys, let me know what you think. What you reckon, VR room. Tell us your feeling.
But you're onto something there, Mick. When Onana plays from the back, he can play with the two center backs, and we can move the full backs up in the midfield. Because Ten Hag is always about controlling the game, and it's about creating overloads. So we need to be more players than the opposition in the current area where the ball is. So that's what Ten Hag wants to do. So with Onana, we can finally start playing our way. So that's what I'm looking forward to from a tactical perspective.
100%. And this is what I reiterate, if I back the tape, which I can't, about 15 minutes ago, to say that this is Ten Hag's season. You have seen nothing about Ten Hag ball yet. You will see it now after this transfer window. You know, so getting an Onana in, that means that what you said, we will start, play a more high line, right? We already have that defensive spine solidified with Onana. Maybe that's the missing piece. Even if we don't get a Kim Min-jae, we're still good. We're still good. Even if you offload a Harry Maguire, you still have like Lindelof. He's proven to be Iceman, ice cold. Like Viking Red is in the house. G'day, Viking Red.
Viking Red.
Viking Red, like Victor with ice cold Lindelof, ice. You know what I mean? And to move on that, like we Luke Shaw has been pivotal as well. Like he's been playing that inverted, left back, and can also play like center back. That's the thing. So I think our spine has been fixed with Onana in that case, right? So if you get a let's say if you get a Kim Min-jae, which is apparently not, I don't know, it's not my priority as a center back new signing. I will more focused on fix that midfield, fix the striker position, and then at the very end get the center back if needed. That's my thought and feeling, right? Yeah. So big up Viking Red as well. Big up for all of you. We still won't see. Yeah, it's like Director Me saying, like, we still won't see Erik Ten Hag ball because of the squad isn't exactly what he would love to. And that's what he's building, Director Me. That's the thing. I always said, like, pictures like a blank piece of canvas. When he came, it was like, mishmash of everything. Like, it was a Van Gogh mixed with the you tell me, Claude Monet, and there was like mishmash of everything of different managers, right? So he came in and wiped off the canvas, all blank. Then he slapped a little bit of Fred McTominay. He slapped a little bit of who else? Who should he slap? Eriksen, Casemiro. Then he saw that things didn't work. Some pencils got broken when he started injuries, and now he cleaned it up. And he's going to buy fresh acrylic paint and complete his masterpiece.
What I think happened last season, I think Ten Hag came in and he was determined to play his way, and we saw in the first couple of games we lost big against Brighton and was it Brighton and Burnley? No, Brighton and Brentford. And then he just pulled the handle and then emergency brakes and went over to another style, like more pragmatic, because he understood that the players weren't good enough to play his style. So I don't think we have seen Ten Hag's way, but if we get our signings this summer, we will see another Man United next season.
100%. Fatty Donuts say 95 likes, guys. Ooh. Excellent. Maybe that has increased to 99 Luftballons. 99 Luftballon. I don't know. Massive week, says Nikos in the house. Massive week for all the takeover. If nothing happens by Friday, we will surely mean Glazers will stay. No. Here's the thing, right? Everything is a secrecy. When everyone is reporting that there is all about transactions, that takes time. I said that before. Like, there's three types of transaction. Even there's a lot of people pressuring this issue. So let's put this to bed, right? The fear factor has always been that panic button, the Glazers will sell, okay? But everyone else is kind of coming out to say, well, even, the Athletic and everyone else, like even Bloomberg, and say they are preparing the transaction papers. That means, what does that mean? Wait, that's in the contractual phase. It's basically preparing the transactions between, you have to pay off the creditors first, right? Meaning all the bonds and credits, because Manchester United owe a lot of money, not only to banks, but also transfer money, right, to other clubs. You need to clear that up. You need to clear that up. Right? That's step number one. Number two is to pay out the greedy bastards. Number two, to pay off the G's, the fatty G's. 6 of them will probably get 6 billion each and tax-free in Cayman Island, right? Once you've done that, you are secure to get the keys for Old Trafford. And that's it. The remaining transaction number 3 is the remaining shareholders, which is the Class A
share, 31%.
And once you see a halt on the stock market, that means that you come to agreement with New York Stock Exchange and everything else, SSCA and everything else. What is the premium payout for you and me? That if you hold shares, that you might get $30 or 38 or whatever. Lucky days if you get 38, if you bought it for 18. So happy days, you're cashing out as well. Everyone makes money, I guess. But the biggest thing is, it's a little bit of a short-term gains for short-term pains for long-term gains, what we call it. Because what it matters is that we get the Glazers out, we move on, clear the deadwood, invest in the infrastructure, supports Erik Ten Hag with the players that he wants, basically. Appoint the best in class above Erik Ten Hag, and a new dawn. Back to the glory days. Glory, glory, Manchester United. We be a club again. So once you delist everything on New York Stock Exchange, you're going back to be a football club.
But I think when it comes to this, okay, let's say hypothetically that the sale is going to happen and Qataris are coming in. But we gotta still have patience, because it's not easy building a club. Even if you have the money, it will take time. And now the competition is fierce. We have Newcastle, we have Chelsea going nuts, we have Manchester City, and even when we go to Europa, we have PSG, Real Madrid, Barcelona, and all those heavyweights. So it's going to take time. It's not like waving the magic wand and suddenly
no. It's not like a transfer market, a done deal, like personal terms agreement. We have a Chelsea fan in the house. How good is that? Not only like Manchester United, but London Brat is in the house. My Mason Mount is still holding here. Yeah, you can still hold on to my Mason. I like it. But he's going to be ours soon, mate. Yeah, big up for all of you. Like, I saw Rory Jenkins' channel as well, and he said some really nice words about Mason Mount, and he did a lot of compilation videos about him. So he backed him religiously, so when Rory Jenkins and I mean, I think the half of the Chelsea fan base are saying like, wow, what Mount made on midfield, off the ball, on the ball, right? But you can't judge him by the last season, pretty much, because you guys had a stinker, right? You had 3 different managers, right? And you had a mad director that gave Harry Potter 8 different players to play with. And now what are you going to do now? Like, you're selling off your children, so you only have 2 players left that was in the Champions League winnings final squad, right? So I'm curious, what is the madness that Mad Todd Bowley is going to cook up for you right now, obviously, right? Yeah. So are you going in for a Casado? You got the Enzo Fernandez for a crazy 6-7 year long-term deal before the FFP came and slapped the cookie jar on the fingers of Todd Bowley. But I don't know, your midfield needs to be strengthened. I don't know. And even if that's just a speculation, London Barrett. Because once you start buying in place, they have to also gel. So am I expecting you to be in top 4, perhaps? Lingering on top 4 or 5 with a new rebuild, because this is a new rebuild again.
Yeah, the thing with Chelsea, we got to remember, they turn around fast. They had some horrible seasons under, like the last season of Mourinho when he got fired. They went to 10th place or something, and they came back the other year and won the Premier League, I think, when Conte came in. So Chelsea is a team who they are used to living in chaos because of Abramovich. He was like putting all the managers' head on the chopping block as soon as things turned bad. He never gave them time. So this is what Chelsea are used to. I think they can come back next season if they get the right signings, but nothing is sure.
Yeah. Okay, we got to move on. Anyway, Director Me saying the sales announcement will be bigger than anything else in football. Listen, mate, it will blow up Twitter. It will blow up internet. The blue bird will fly out from its cuckoo's nest. That's how big it's going to be. Honestly, when that shit breaks, everything's going to break down. You know what I mean? And we're going to have a party. We're going to party like 1999. But let's not get giddy here. Let's continue.
Yeah, Mick, that's why Elon Musk yesterday put on that new ban for only rule. Because
so
he knows
that
the sale is imminent. So we don't want Twitter to break down.
What was that new rule? Like maximum 800 tweets? Or?
I think it was 600 tweets for Twitter Blue paying accounts and 400 for regulars and 200 for new ones or something like that. I don't know what's happening, but I think everybody on Twitter is going nuts at the moment. I don't like Twitter very much.
No, that's a little bit of toxic. And then Donald Trump created something else, another app or something. I heard people was like, "Mick, you should download it. It's like a freedom app or something like that." Or what was it called?
Yeah, something like that.
I don't know. And it's like run by Donald Trump. Okay, I'm telling you now. This is a good
entertainment.
Yeah. Scott Benton is saying, I agree what you're saying. It will take time for the wound to heal after the leech is being removed. Yeah. It's like an abusive marriage, like, any type of relationship, like 18 years of abuse. And yeah, of course, we're suffering from the PTSD and panic. Spot on, Jarvis, what you're saying as well, according to what Jonathan Ball is saying. Listen, people are dying, and what's latest with the strikers. So we have to move on because it's causing a debate. All right. Yeah. Let's go. There we have it. If you are a fan of Star Wars like myself, you have Chewie, Chewbacca. I don't know. I always call him Tchouameni Chewbacca for some reason, but apparently I heard these rumors, and it's been going on in the press for quite a while. Not quite a while, for a few days. But there's no smoke without fire. Like, Tchouameni is apparently not happy. He's been there like how much? What is it?
One season.
He's not happy. They brought in Jude Bellingham. He's gonna be sitting on the bench. They have, who else did they have? Tchouameni, and what's the other one? Kamavinga,
yes.
They re-signed Modric and Kroos, so they still have a little bit of experience. They going probably all in for Mbappe, or unless Mbappe says, no, I'm not going to move this year. Next year, I'm going to go as a free agent, and I'm going to choose the club that I want. So, and we have a very good relationship with Real Madrid, if you remember, because it was a pipe dream when we were linked to Casemiro, to be honest. And I was, no, that cannot be happening. No. And it happened. And that was very fast. So apparently we have a very good line with the Real Madrid,
Yeah, we have signed several players from Real Madrid. We signed Di Maria, we signed Casemiro, they signed Ronaldo. So there's communication going on with the clubs, but the fax machine broke down when it came to De Gea. But it's just the way it is. With the Tchouameni rumor, it came from a Spanish publication. It's called the Publicación Nacional. I don't know.
Marca as well. Marca as well.
Yeah, but they originally came from Publication Nacional, and I tried to find the source and find out if there's if they are a credible source. I don't know if we have any Spanish people in this chat room. Maybe they can confirm or say anything about this source. But for me, I call bullshit. Just to be fair, I don't think.
Oh, you call bullshit?
Yeah, that's just my first thought.
Okay, let me know what people in the house are thinking. Is it bullshit or what is it? I don't know. I just don't know, man. Seriously, I like to believe that there is no smoke without fire. And I like to think that who else is looking for a central defender midfielder, right? You're looking at, all right, Rice has gone to Arsenal, so Rice is off the table, okay? Then you have Frenkie De Jong or a Tchouameni, right? Who is looking? Chelsea, right? It's Chelsea going on madness. There was reported that Chelsea is now looking to eyeball and get a striker in, which is Dusan Vlahovic for 75 million, something like that. So where's the money coming from? The only one that I'm knowing that's kind of looking as well is Liverpool and Man City, right? And for me, if we already if he's a surplus for requirement, he's not really happy, and Real Madrid, and it's been made that this is one of the Ten Hag's favorite choices. So there's even been reports that there have been some delegates flying down to Barcelona, to Real Madrid, to Madrid to speak to them. And we saw that last year as well. The delegates flew down. They had a quite fast deal turnaround, and off we went. We how much did we pay for Casemiro?
About 60 million, I believe.
60?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if it was pound or euros, but I think it was 60 million euros.
Right. I don't know. So guys,
the price tag for Tchouameni, I read the article. It said about 80 million euros, 72 billion pounds or million pounds was the asking price for Real Madrid. I don't think we have. That's one of my main red flags, because I don't think we have those kind of money to put in one player. I think that will be a stumbling block for us at the moment.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I read that Arsenal was interested in signing Tchouameni this summer also. Suddenly that rumor came out, and then I read a article saying that
Yeah, but
Carlo
that's gone
Ancelotti
now. That's
and
gone now
Phil
because they got
Jones
Declan Rice. They got
down
Declan Rice.
Tchouameni.
Yeah, that target is gone, like, because they got Declan Rice already. That's what I'm trying to say. But if you look at from a player perspective, like, makes sense. Yeah, if you
Makes sense. Yeah, I
Mason
agree.
Mount's Mason Mount medical is supposed to be happening today or tomorrow, something like that, right? I've read it in the chats. So that Erik Ten Hag is looking for a secondary midfielder, then, right? It has to be somebody that could sort of rotate or at least play alongside with the Casemiro in a double pivot, right?
Yeah.
So it makes sense to have a young Tchouameni, who is like 21, 22, right? Still
He's
upcoming.
young, yeah.
French international, right?
Yeah.
Or you go for Frenkie De Jong. Or a
Frenkie De
Lavia.
Jong would be great. But I think we don't need a Tchouameni. We need a deep ball playing playmaker in my mind. And yeah, we have some options there.
We do. Lavia is apparently, like, Arsenal is looking at Lavia as well to strengthen with Lavia, and that scares me a bit, right? I'm not really scared what Liverpool is doing because they just signed this Slaslo. What was his name? Slaslo.
I can't say it.
I can't say his name, but RB Leipzig midfielder. So if you look at Liverpool, like, they're not a threat for me this season at all. Like, they need so many players to bolster their midfield, which is in a very aging midfield, right? So apparently they're not spending much money either. I think they got this RB Leipzig player very cheap.
Yeah.
Was it? Or 70?
Viking Red said, let's go for Gravenberg.
Gravenberg. Let's link to every player that is Dutch. Seriously. So, guys, let us know your thoughts and feelings, because at the end of the day, it is the midfield targets we're talking about right now. Sunday roast. Let's propose a toast, which comes to Frenkie De Jong. Rumors come out from the Sun. Take it with a pinch of salt when it comes from the Sun, as what we learned. That Manchester City are plotting to stunning bid for long-term Manchester United target Frenkie De not again. Young. What an echo chamber. Apparently, like, Barcelona wants to sell him for 90 million. There's no smoke without fire. We've spoken about it, and we got to talk about it because that's what we do here. Call a spade, right? If media's coming out reporting again, right, and Barcelona president say, no, nobody's for sale. No, it's just a play for the gallery, because everyone knows you're broke. You're broke as a church rat, right? Living on scrums. You sold off to your levers. You sold off your kids. You hardly can register players. And this is your most prized asset, what you can get money for, right?
Yeah.
And City, if they come in for Frenkie, I'll be devastated, to be honest, right?
Yeah, that will shock our fan base, because we have been imagining and fantasizing about De Jong now for at least 1 year, and everybody thinks he's the perfect player for Ten Hag and our team. So yeah, I wouldn't like that.
I would like to hear from the VAR room. Raise your hand if you're like us. How many times you swiped right on Tinder on Frenkie De Jong's profile? No, but seriously, like, jokes aside, it's going to be an interesting summer. Like, if we speak about the midfield targets, it's a little bit of a secrecy, right? Okay, we got Mason Mount over the line. Who are the two others? Or the one other? Because we need at least one more, right? Is it a Frenkie De Jong? Is it a Tchouameni?
There's several options, as you mentioned.
Amrabat.
We have Gravenberg, we have Amrabat. Yes, he's a great player.
Yes, we're going to cover Amrabat tomorrow's show as well, right? Because there is some links and connections, right?
Yes.
Utrecht.
Yes. Looks very interesting. But we will cover that tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow.
Jarvis
Guys,
corner.
I'm sorry if I miss any super chats or anything. I'm so busy rocking the boat. Fred is apparently hot on the plate for going out as well, like 20 million still for
Fulham.
Yeah. Fulham. Yeah. So they need to stuff that ham full with another Fred. Oh yeah.
But do you really think Fulham will go for Fred?
Oh, why not? For 20 million, 100%.
Yeah, but who do they got in their midfield? They got Paulinho. They have
Paulinho.
the
That's a
United
Brazilian
kid.
connection. Come on. Paulinho, Fred. Hey, obrigado.
Yeah.
Hey, falai. You know what I mean? Esento hebola.
And they have the preseason Pirlo.
And the preseason Pirlo, yeah. Well, apparently he's Dutch, right? But with a Brazilian passport. He was born in Holland.
Belgium,
right?
I think.
Belgium.
Yeah.
Je Belgique. Yeah.
Belgique.
Cool. The Belgique. Guys, what do you think? In terms of Hodemeter, Jarvis, how would you rate this one? Like if you go back to Chewy and Frenkie being linked to us, or if maybe they're putting pressure for the press is putting pressure to trigger that, for us to go for it. Maybe they're using City's name for Papa Eric to call him out, to smoke him out, to get his delegations. We've seen them in Barcelona before, right?
Yeah.
Why not? Sun is shining, boring weather in Manchester and London. Let's go down. Come on, Myrtle. Let's go down the gravy train.
I think most United fans would love Frenkie De Jong and Tchouameni. That will be a massive strengthening of our team and squad and starting 11. We would suddenly been challenging for the Champions League with those two guys. But I don't think it will happen this season, at least. So for me, if I going to give it anything on the Hotometer, I give it 15%.
And that was like a wet fart, 15%. That was like a grandpa driving your Ferrari, Jarvis, or your Tesla on an autopilot. Yeah. Now, for now, yeah, you got to call it 15%. I agree with you, because it's just lukewarm. It's lukewarm. It's just rumor speculations, Mill. As soon as you hear more, then, of course, that, pedal to the metal will go up. Yeah. What is the VR room telling, Jarvis? Any interesting... VR room. We've been neglecting you.
Yeah, I saw a good comment here about our budget. Apparently, only 120 million. So, would you have any comment on that, Mick?
As per usual, as per last year, standard price by the press, standard price. And we said it before. Last year was the same figures, and then we spent it 250. De Jong is a diva, according to Director Me. Manchester weather is not good enough for his Mrs. Nails and Hairs. True. But if you pay good money, hey, they have good Harold's shopping malls and all that stuff. Why not? You have posh areas where they can live, and you know what? Pamper.
Not too shabby.
If De Jong finally signs for Manchester United on a 5-year deal in 2036, how old will he be then? He'll be like Rolling Stones, Mick Jagger, like jumping jack flash at the right. You know what I mean? No, let's park that horse and let it simmer a bit. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not buying this until I see further development. I don't see it. What's going on with the mods here? What's Gray saying? What's going on with the mods question? I don't know, man. Is there a fight here? Is there a fight? No. Be nice to each other. If there is any problems in the VA room, be civilized. Don't be rude, because we allow you to be you. But there's rules as well. Jarvis, next on the plate. Yes. Sabitzer, is he going to stay or leave?
Should he stay or should he go?
There's a little bit of a soft rumors that they are plotting to. I mean, apparently Bayern Munich is lowering down the price for 50 million euros. I say, if there's money, I mean, he had a little bit of trouble season, but when he did a job, he did a great job, right? We didn't see enough to judge him. But for 15 million, it's like we got Tyrell Malacia for the same price. It's a good option on the bench, Jarvis. What do you think?
Yes, I must say I like Sabitzer. He's an intelligent player. He's good on the ball. He has a great what do you call it, free kick or shot. I think his right foot is very strong. So in that concern, I would say he's a good signing. But the thing is, I'm so worried about the injury prone thing. I'm so sick of players always injured. We have had Phil
Yeah,
Jones, we have had Bailly, we have had Martial, we have had
Martial.
Pogba. We have been struggling with injuries and injury prone players for so many years. So I wouldn't take the chance, even if it was on a free, to be honest,
Yeah,
because
okay, fair
want
enough.
I don't want the injury prone players taking a place in our squad.
Yeah, I mean, it's just DG Superfly saying like if he can stay fit, he's a good squad player. I agree with that. I look at it the overall squad, like, why not? Why not? If it doesn't gonna cost you an arm and a leg, at the end of the day, first go out and get your priority signings, and then you deal with it, like, as a rotational player. Because obviously we looked at Rabiot as a rotational player as well, for free. So this is almost close to free, like 15 million. So why not? World class player. Fetty Donut, everyone, Sabitzer is saying John Sabitzer was a lot more productive than Wood. Weggers sadly isn't one to keep. There's always divide opinions. I mean, at the end of the day, some people saying this club gives us a headache. It's always been like that, Andy Young. Since when did they give us a nice cocktail with a nice sunshine? No, it's always going to be something. One thing, loved, hate, spin, but we still love this club. We're still passionate, right? Yeah. Okay. Sorry, guys. You are in charge. The moderators are in charge. Whatever's going on there, you're sorting it out. But we always say we allow you to be you, but just be nice to each other. That's the rule that we have. And don't rock up here naked. Enjoy the Sunday roast. Yeah. So John, I agree with John's saying supporting Manchester United's full-time job with overtime and no holidays. Yeah, and minimum wages under the Glazers ownership. Yeah, big up to you. But the thing is that today's society, at least what we're having this Sunday review, is going back in timeline, going back when I grew up. Like, the only news that I had was the Sunday paper that was released, and I wake up and I run to the store. I got the paper and read everything about what's going on regarding Manchester United and footballing world. And then you had teletext, which was 5 minutes loading, and then you got the Motorola brick, and then internet came along, and then social media and Twitter, and you know how it's evolving. You know what I mean? And for the good or for the worse as well, like Twitter and social media is causing a lot of anxiety with people, right? They want information right now, right here, delivered to you, and it's changed the way journalism and the rise of Fabrizio Romano is built a social media empire regarding this as social media journalist, right? Monetizing it. So, guys, fluff. Let's move on. Right, Rasumus Hojlund. Rasmus.
My favorite.
This
the
one
Danish
is
dynamite.
Yeah. This one was reported of the weekend that we put in a bid for 35 million euros, which was then rejected. And I think it's a fair price to you probe, you start low, right? Because you have Lee Congerton, that was the transfer director or it was a recruitment director for Leicester. And he was the one responsible for selling us. They mugged us off for Harry Maguire for 80 million odd, right? So now he's working at Atalanta on a similar role, saying, no. This is Manchester United. We want 80 million now. No, that's not realistic. Like, for a youngster that had like, what 3 years as a senior? Not even that, but it's a bright future. So if Manchester United went in on a 35 million euro to start, where is the ceiling, according to your opinion?
Yeah, I read a lot of strange rumors, 35, 45, 80. I don't know. For me at the moment, I think it's just paper talks. But I read that I think they're willing to let them go for 45 millions. We are having a bid of 35, so maybe we will
45.
meet in the middle. So 40 million for Hojlund. I think that's a fair price, to be honest.
Fair price.
Because, yeah.
I mean, we got from Atlanta, we got God, I forget his name.
Yeah, Diallo.
Ahmad. We got Ahmad Diallo for 35, didn't we, from Atlanta? So that is a fair price, I guess. And that as well, you can throw in a if they want Ahmad Diallo back on loan, we can say we can loan you out for 1 year.
Yeah, or Greenwood.
Or Greenwood. Yeah,
for
Greenwood
example.
or a Greenie, right? Greenie with a beanie.
Yeah, but the thing is with Hojlund, he scored like, I don't know, was it 8 goals or 12 goals last season in this Serie A? He's not a prolific goal scorer, but the hype around him is massive. So that's where the price tag is coming from. The hype, the Haaland comparison, the next Haaland and everything. So, but we got to be careful and not overpay, because we don't know. It's a big risk at the moment. Hojlund is a big risk. Yeah, the
There
safest
is.
bet is buying a player like Harry Kane or one
No,
of
we got to
the
cover that.
established.
We got to cover that. Yeah, it's a risk. I'm just going to comment on United Red. Mount only came from money. No, I don't think so. Mount came because that gap was too huge. The relationship between Chelsea and him. He's a Chelsea boy, right? Through and through the academy. But they misused him last season, and there was. I heard reports that Maurizio Pochettino had a conversation with him and tried to convince him to stay, but the damage has already been made. It's like when you work for a company and you've been a loyal servant for the company, you worked there for 17 years, and all of a sudden you get new manager and everything, and you start to feel, I don't really love with this anymore, and they start mistreating you. So yeah, we paid Mason Mount 200 base, which is a base salary. And the rest, what people are raving, is about 100 extra on top, which is key performance indexes based on performance. Do you achieve this? Do you achieve that? So for me, I think it's a premier British, what do you call it, home quota as well, that you need to have. British tax in a way, so you need to have that.
Apparently it's on 250 a week with the add-ons or performance-based add-ons. So I don't think, and the offer on the table from Chelsea was 200, and we don't know the add-ons. So I think basically it didn't come for money; it came for Ten Hag and his project.
And London Barrett is saying, we Chelsea fans are very happy to sell our top UCL players. Of course you are. You want to have money so you can get your top striker target. You want to get your, what do you call it, Casado as well. So yeah, we did you guys a favor. We gave you money so you can go and buy those targets. So yeah, it works in two ways, my friend. It works in two ways. But bro, that's the thing, right, bro? What do we do?
So I just want to go back to the striker a little bit. So if we get Hojlund, he will be the one striker, but I think we need two, because I don't think Martial can go on with staying injured. And then you go to this slide.
Yeah, we're coming to this slide, because I have two strikers that's been linked, and then GonCalo Ramos. So this strikes me as hot because Benfica, right? Rui Costa. He's a tough customer to deal with, right? If he says, I will not budge for 120 million, the price has always been 120 million. This guy has now lowered down his price for this player, willing to let him go for 60 million.
Yeah.
But I don't know much about this striker. I saw him in the World Cup. I don't follow a Portuguese league. I know Benfica is a brilliant club, the way they recruit. The way they are in the Champions Leagues and stuff like that. That's the only time I watch. But what's your thought and feelings? This guy is still young, right? Still a young striker.
I haven't seen much from him. I saw him in the World Cup when he came in and scored 3 goals for Ronaldo and Portugal. So he looks good. He scored a lot of goals for Benfica, but I'm not sure with the level of the Portuguese league. The price tag of 120 million was way too much. If they go down to 60, yes, we are speaking the same language. He's a striker I would try to go for, and he's more of a prolific goal scorer. So if we can get him and Hojlund, then we have a striker pairing that will be good enough.
Now we're cooking, right?
Yeah.
Milos Schmidt is saying Ramos and Hojlund on top tandem. That is a good tandem, he's saying. That's a good pairing. Yes. I mean, if they complement each other, why not, right? Another thing that I don't know about this one, 60 million is a good price. But maybe it's also United to go out to say, look, to Atlanta, like, you know what, we're not going to pay overprice. We're going to turn away to another striker. It's just to put a little bit of pressure on that. That's kind of a gamemanship as well. I know we did an early podcast, we call it the Strikers Corner. We had this person comparing him with Harry Kane, with likes of Victor Osimhen, and I think he ended up on 25% on a hot meter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, guys, another interesting one is here. Mehdi Taremi. For me personally, I have never heard of this player. It's at least not on my radar. But apparently, like, he is a 31-year-old. If you're looking to bring in a Rasumus Hojlund, you need to add on a more of a senior striker. And strikers nowadays tend to peak at age of 29. We've seen it with Harry Kane. We've seen it with Benzema. We've seen it with the top strikers. They're turning into a full. And who else? Robert Lewandowski as well. So they can at least go for 34, right? And you've seen, like, the likes of Zlatan, the Lion Ibrahimovic, are retired 41. It's all about how you're keeping yourself fit. But this is a wild card for me that, this is FC Porto's Mehdi Taremi, Iranian striker, 31 years of age. I saw a little bit of a clip of him yesterday, and I liked what I see. He's tall. He's 191 centimeters tall. He's an excellent link-up player as well. But other than that, I don't know much. That's 20 million euros. Did you see something like this?
This is the kind of signing I love. Coming out of the blue. No one have ever heard of him, and suddenly he's on the table. And when I just googled him right now, I see stats. He scored 22 goals, 7 assists in 33 games last season, and 7 games in the Champions League, 5 goals, 2 assists. So his numbers is incredible.
Yeah.
He looks good when I check out the FB referral.
What's his connection to Ten Hag? Does he have any connections to Ten Hag?
Well, I can't find anything on the spot, but he's been playing for Porto a lot of years, and he came from Iran.
Iran, yes.
So, yeah, that's all I see here. But on his FB referables, it's only all his attributes are on green, so that's a good thing. So he looks like a good player. So the only negative I can find is his age. He's on his last years of professional.
Some comments, he's worse version than Kane, basically. Yeah, but still, he's a cheaper version of Kane. And let us have a debate. Like, I'm. This is kind of a signing that surprised me. This is not the clear and obvious, but we've seen what Erik Ten Hag can do with strikers in terms of Sebastian Haller and what he's done. Right, he likes a tall striker, and he's a goal poacher. This guy, he's a typical goal poacher. Like I saw a video with the Atlantis Football. Big up if you were watching, by the way, mate. He did a brilliant video on Mehdi as well with Callum Wilson in comparison. Callum Wilson. So he reckoned that Callum Wilson would be a perfect goal poacher as well, like something that Ten Hag should buy. But he recommended this. He compared this guy with Falcao as well. That peaked in his late ages, and he's a typical goal poacher, right? So that's basically, if we're playing that high line, right, what we discussed with, having a, Onana, everyone pushing it. This guy will just stand up, receive the ball, and just ping it in, right? Doesn't have to press. That's the thing, because you got Mason Mount pressing as well.
Yeah, I see Simon Heron says 20 million from Taremi is a decent deal.
It is.
Say yes.
It is. So I'd be surprised, and if they do this deal, I would actually applaud it, because this is like something that we haven't done, because we always gone for this marquee signing, right? We're not going to pay like 180 million for a, Aussie Osman, oi. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like the expensive tickets for Phantom of the Opera, the Phantom. Yeah. This is very much, I agree with what John's is saying. This is very much Alex Ferguson signing. And people saying 20 million, I love it. According to Mr. Ibrahim as well, saying that 20 million, love it. Yeah. Why not? It's like, who are we to say 20 million is cheap for us consumers of the game? There's a lot of money. It's like we've never seen this kind of money. Like, we're talking about it's our money. Like, it's easy, just throw it. Like,
yeah. Taremi, he really intrigued me. So now I'm have to dig down the rabbit hole, find everything about him that I can, and I will cover a little bit of him tomorrow in Jarvis's corner.
Yeah, true. V Cobra saying Aussie man, like Australian man. G'day, I'm Aussie man.
G'day.
Will Onana go through? I hope so, man. I hope so, Prince. That's what's coming out. Like, it's all about discussing the payment. He's apparently agreed the personal terms, not a problem. Like, the wage structure and everything. He wants to come and play for Erik Ten Hag. He wants to come. He's excited about the project, and why wouldn't you, right? And at the same time, Inter needs desperately to receive cash. So what we understood is that is by Tom Journalist as well the other day that they want cash up front.
Yeah.
So we see. So Andy Young is also, we need a striker for the future, not as well. True. Right. Cool. Moving on. We are getting very, very close. It's 1 hour and 20. I think that was it, Jarvis. This was the goodie bags that I had for today. Honestly, honest to God.
It was a good goodie bag. You had very good slides. I liked it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Big up, everyone. Big up. And hope the VAR is sorted. Like, there was a little bit brawl about the donut, I think, what I read here. But it's all good. It's all good. It's Sunday, man. Everyone wants the dessert, but
Yeah, I will just say on this, Mick, if anyone has something about the VAR room and something, you can send me a message on Twitter, Bowley77, and I will try to sort it out. And we can speak about this. We're all adults, 100%. So it shouldn't be too hard. And if people make mistakes, even moderators do mistakes. It's just the way it is.
Speaking about mistakes,
everybody's welcome here. Everybody has an opinion, and that's okay. As long as you're not offensive or abusive, it's okay.
Everyone deserves second chances. True. That leads me to the next topic. But before we go there, did you talk about Bilyov? No, I never heard of this name.
Bilyov.
Have you? Bilyov. Who's Bilyov? Okay. Aussie. Oi, oi, oi. Well, second chances leads to there was Jose Mourinho apparently gone in, according to the rumors, that he wants to loan Mason Greenwood, and that was kind of commenting down today as well. And it's yet to be decided within the couple of days what Manchester United will be doing with Grayson, Freemason. It's what we say: if we have 3 Masons in the team, we have 3 Masons, right? So we did a podcast about this yesterday. I actually was a live show that we did the other day with Nick from She Devils, and we talked lengthily about it. And at the end of the day, it's kind of a little bit of a taboo, but eventually we need to talk about this because he's employed by Manchester United and the club needs to make a decision. And what we need to hear is some form of statement, right? That's the thing. That's all we can say. So whatever the club decides, we have to support because it's Manchester United, right? If you're not going to support United because of one player, then it's your choice. But then at the end of the day, who do you support? Is the club, isn't it?
Whatever is going to happen, I hope we get all the facts straight so everybody knows what's going on before we make a decision. At the moment, Ten Hag he can't say anything. So if you read anything in the papers that Ten Hag is taking Mason back or something like that, we don't know anything. The club is keeping their lips sealed because we don't know yet.
There's a lot of shit going on at the moment with the takeover, with the transfer, and the last thing you need to know is deal with another crisis like this. So that's why it's probably being delayed a little bit. But Carpi is gone fishing again. That carp is amazing, massive, huge Carpi. United still need a CDM more than anything. Though Caicedo was approached in the next few days. I think Joe Neves. Who's Joe Neves?
Neves from Wolves, maybe.
Yeah. Is he named? No, he's not João Neves. Would be a mega CDM.
Rupert.
But he's mega. He's going to Saudi. That's the crazy thing. We talked about this Carpi, and I think Caicedo was just a smokescreen tactics. We were never kind of in for it. We just used as a bargain chip to get what our Ten Hag's preferred choice target, and obviously that was Mason Mount, which surprised all of us, right?
Someone mentioned Below in the chat earlier, and that's the Feyenoord goalkeeper, just to make things clear. We talked about it a little bit. We just covered it in one sentence. If you're interested, okay.
Yeah. Jeff Steele said, I like aeroplane jelly for me. Just throw it in Aussies. You know what I mean? Yes, 100%, mate. 100%. I've still forgotten my favorite Aussie band. I can't believe I forgot it. My happiness slowly creeping in. Okay, you will know. I will give you the tip. It's amazing band. I don't think they're playing anymore. So Jeff Steele, if you can help me out, because I lost my train of thought. Brilliant band. Thank you all. Thank you so much for this chat. Thank you, VR Room. And it's been amazing Sunday Rose, haven't it?
Yes.
What's your dinner plans for the day?
Oh, someone on the door. Did you hear the bell?
No? Pizza delivery.
Nah, no. The kids are eating fish sticks today.
Fish sticks?
Yeah.
Cheese and fix.
Yeah, but I'm putting the barbecue on. I'm gonna fix me some burgers for me and the wife. Nice.
Slap another snag on the barbie, mate.
Yeah.
Shrimp on the barbie, mate.
Shrimp.
Guys, you've been so beautiful. Thank you so much. There's been 300 of you chatting away in the VR room. Thank you for the donation, Jeff Steele, for your super chat. Powderfinger, that's the one I'm looking for. Thank you, mate. Thank you. It's called Powderfinger. Brilliant band. Check it out, from Australia. Didn't make it much international, but there were legends in Australia. Jarvis, you like a little bit of pop rock music, you will love Powderfinger. Definitely. Very, very good. Very good band.
Cool.
That was hot on my plate when I lived down there. You know, I saw them in concert and everything else. Yep. Right. Big up, legends, all of you. Big up to the VAR room. We had our say. And
now we give you back today.
And what John Ball is saying?
Peace, love, and go bananas.
True that. Thank you for watching our United Weekly podcast review. It's been Mick Ruby and Jarvis Cocker. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. I think we hit over 100 likes. It will be a surprise later on. Love, peace, and bananas. Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you so much. And what do we say? I'm going to go have a barbecue.
Yes.
All right.
Yep.
Peace to all of you. And don't forget to be nice to each other in the socials. Be calm and composed. And don't let the media bugs bite you. And guys, it's been fantastic to have you all in here. You know,
Thank you.
Everyone is good. Popcorn for everyone. Thank you so much for watching. We're not going to display any more chats, but we thank you all. This has been Mick Ruby, Jarvis Cocker. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for stopping by and watching MUFC Release TV. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on the socials.